This leader is provided to facilitate adjustment of focus. Please be aware there are spoilers contained in this video presentation.
Tell me why alchemy turns lead into gold. Tell me why put markets in a stranglehold. Tell me why Bruce Willis doesn't want to hear the call. Oh, bunny.
Ball.
Hudson Hawk was released in 1991. It was directed by Michael Lehman. It won a Razzie for Worst Picture, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. It was nominated for Worst Movie of the Decade, but it did not win that.
Having the first 7 minutes in Italian with no subtitles, risky, but I thought, you didn't need to know what he was saying.
Who's the guy on the donkey?
The guy on the donkey is just a guy on a donkey.
I love that.
That line really shows you what you're up against in this movie.
It's right there at the beginning. If you didn't like that joke, then pack a lunch because you're not going to like anything else coming either.
That fedora is ridiculous.
With the brim turned up, it's like, oh.
Well, and it's funny because nobody could make that look cool, and he does it somehow.
What a good looking tux that was. Overdressed to go to an auction. Nobody else there was wearing a tux, but that was a good looking tux.
The overinflated egos of
Darwin and Minerva Mayflower.
Richard Gran and Sandra Bernhardt.
Hello.
I'm not really a fan of either one of those two actors, but man, they were perfect.
They crushed it.
Well, and they were great foils for each other, too. One of them by themselves wouldn't have been as great as the two together.
100 million clams!
That's $100 million to Mr. Darwin Mayflower.
100 million and one, Waldo!
Fantastic. $100 million and one.
Outbid by mine own wench, quelle belle mère.
Don't hate me, baby.
Right there, that is it.
When they had all the candy bar guys in the Fiat, which was actually revisited in Civil War.
Can you move your seat up? No.
Gold is 70% denser than lead. So the whole holding two bars the same size, one is going to be heavier.
Well, and such great lines in it.
All you had to do was follow the hawk. It's not like I said teach our nation's children how to read.
Who's your buddy?
Who's your buddy? Who's your pal?
The sign here says no horseplay in a pool area.
There's a horseplay. This is a major felony.
Those better be tears you're crying, Tommy.
Danny Aiello, man.
Those initial lines where all of a sudden you go, oh, well, they're just screwing around. And I always think of Army of Darkness when Ash goes,
well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and Jack left town.
oh, this isn't a horror movie. They're just joking around.
Oh, I was afraid you weren't going to drop by.
Am I late?
With the feathers coming out. Like that's a perfect example.
Right, they jump off the building and they cut where he's already taken it back to the Mario Brothers. What, did they fall through the floor? That's a whole flash forward.
It's not going to make sense. Like, that's not what this is about.
The rest of the movie is just a dream that they have in that moment before they die. Did you see how Bruce Willis Thor's that cup of coffee?
Another!
I mean, I agree that it's not Citizen Kane, but it's not supposed to be.
We always took it to be like almost avant-garde in that things don't necessarily have to make sense. And it may or may not be that, but, it kind of is what it is. It's silly.
No ukuleles in this one. Absolutely, 4 ukuleles is fantastic. Like, it still holds up. I still think it's as funny as it was in 1991.
I think it's funny. It's silly. It's ridiculous. It was an important movie for us. But yeah, 4 ukuleles because, it is what it is.
I would also give it 4. It's one of those guilty pleasures of, it's a movie that I love.
It's over!